Am just Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hi, Britt. Good to
Your
see you.
shameless plug for Sensi Club. Go ahead.
Hi,
Continue
Cass.
your.
I will. Okay, so I'll get to that. Hi. We were chatting before while you guys were getting on, and now we're still chatting. We are diving right in tonight with all kinds of good stuff. But before we actually get started on anything, Callie, can you cue up that video?
Yes, I can queue
Cue
up
up
that
that
video.
video. We're gonna
I'm getting
start
all
with
the
it.
places live in it. Yes, I have it here, but I'm also getting everything live and
All
tagged.
right.
And
Well, then you tell me when you're ready. Um, Okay, can I share with all of you what I did today that was successful? So I have been challenging myself. Actually, my downline superstar director inspired me and challenged me to make sure I'm consistent with Sensi Connect. And like I've been using Sensi Connect, but I'm now like, okay, this is like game changing, really. Like stay on it. So I've been doing that. Well, today, as part of my morning follow-up, I sent, okay, back up. One of the things that I absolutely love about Sensi Connect is the templates that you can create for the different messages you can send in each of the different categories. So, like under um uh or now see it, let me pull it up. Okay. So, when you're in Sensi Connect and you go to the gear, the settings down at the bottom right, there's an option for manage templates. And you can go in there and you can. So if we go to, I'm in the little gear. And then do you see that part that says manage templates? When you go in there, there's the three categories for order follow up, product marketing and promotions, and customer engagement. And then when you click on that, or you click on order follow up, then it takes you into another sub menu, new orders, delivered orders, and reorder products. So, did you know you can go in and set templates for all of those different things? Because you don't want to type the same thing over and over again, but I also do not like Sensi's default generic templates. They don't sound like me. They don't, that it is, it's very bare bones. And so I've been working on getting my templates um, all all set in my Sensi Connect. And in one of my thank yous today, in my uh delivered orders section was 17 party guests from one of my parties. And so I knew that I was going to be saying to all of them, thank you so much for attending Kathy's party. It was so great to see you, blah, blah, blah. So I went into my templates and created a quick template just pertaining to Kathy's party that I knew I was going to be able to send to 17 different people coming up because they were my party guests. Okay. So what I did also when it came time for reordering products in that category, um, a lot of my clubbers were listed because you can go in and view order details on each person and it'll tell you if it's a club order. So I went in and selected my club people and created a special template just for this particular club follow up. And it said, and I'm going to tell you here, there's a whole point to me telling you this. Um, was that it wasn't it was in order follow up, reorder products, club follow up. And it said, hello, first name. Thank you so much for your Sensi Club orders. I said orders because this was at a reorder time, and I know their clubs are going to get ready to run again. There are big news. There are over 300 fragrances Sensi added this month for club subscribers to add to their Sensi clubs. It might be worth going in and checking the scent list. One of your old favorites might just be on the list. Also, I have a way you can maximize your club order and save on shipping. Can we schedule a quick chat? So I sent that out today and I got a response from one of them. And she said, hey, Melissa, not sure if this is computer generated or not, but I would like to know how I can maximize my club order and save on shipping. Let me know. Thanks. So I replied to her. So at that point, when she said that to me, I went in to look at her club to see if she's maximizing her club. And by maximizing to me, and don't burn me at a stake for giving you my opinion, but um, I've had a lot of customers that have ordered, they order monthly and they only order 3 bars. So what I do to them is I tell them that I have a way that they can maximize their club. And what I do is instead of having them ordering 3 bars per month and paying $10 or $8 shipping each time, I get them to move it to a quarterly club and take 3 months of bars, but make it into a quarterly so that they can end up taking advantage of the half price item because that reward ends up giving them a little bit more staying power. But here's the other thing. 3 bars, 3 bars, and 3 bars in the United States is $18. 18, 18, and 18 isn't 60. So they have to increase their club over what they were getting month 1, month 2, and month 3 in order to hit that $60 level. So to me, maximizing their club is going quarterly and getting them to at least 60 so they can take advantage of the half price item. So anyhow, the long of the short is I went in and I assessed her club. She is already quarterly. She's already getting a half price item, but her half price item is a body wash. So I told her the best way to maximize her rewards was to get the whiff box. And I explained to her what the whiff box was. I told her what the value typically is and that they're pre-selected products, but that she's getting the biggest bang for her buck. But then I also complimented her for maximizing her club by getting it quarterly, taking advantage of the free, of the half price item and paying reduced shipping. So I complimented her. I provided a suggestion. She doubled her club order today because of the bars that came out of the vault that in that initial message. So the moral of the story is just a tiny bit of attention, one person at a time can make a huge impact. Huge impact. So if you have clubbers and you haven't done that already, let them know about the bars that came out of the vault. Let them know that there is a way you can maximize their club. And listen, if there's not a way to maximize their club, then tell them they are maximized and saving the most amount of money and getting the biggest bang from their buck and just compliment them. Okay? Okay, there's my soapbox. Callie, did it cue you up? All right. In case, special announcement, did you see what's launching?
I'm so excited to see this actually. We have so much to tell you guys. We didn't even introduce ourselves, but we'll get there, I think.
And we have a guest tonight
We have a
who has
guest
a ton of really good information too. So
we're going very quick.
Yeah. Inspire is here. We're so excited. This is probably one of my favorite decor lines that we have out of all of them. I just love the simplicity of the designs, and I'm excited to finally be able to share with you guys. We've been trying to figure out how to, launch this when the right time is, what the right products were, and remind everybody what is Inspire and what drove us to create these designs. The decor line for Inspire is really minimal. Focusing on clean lines. Inspire is really fun because, like you were saying, it does lean a little bit more minimalist, but I think Mary has really identified some super fun trends that we're seeing come back, and they're relevant again. Mid-century modern, minimalist, modern heritage, like all of these unique trends that are coming to the market that really kind of embody everything that Inspire is trying to do for Scentsy. I'm hoping that with the launch of this Inspire decor line, it opens up a whole new world of customers for our consultants. Yeah. And these are just our first products that are launching. So as we continue to build this out over the next couple of years, you're just hopefully going to fall in love with Inspire the way that we have. We'll start with one of the first ones. So as we've kind of talked about that modern minimalist look, this one was really fun to design because it is simple, but it's got some fun to it. Yeah. It's got some character. I was just telling Stacy, to me, this is the updated etched core because I think it has these vertical lines. I love how this is porcelain, so the glow shows through very beautifully. And gives it a soft glow, but it's not, overbearing. And design-wise, this can go in any home. You're getting that soft light, and you're getting just a unique look for you. It's very porcelain. Very fun. Yes. Silver stem. This warmer is a fun addition to the mini collection. Very simple. I think that this one's nice because it does add in a little bit of that floral detail, but we've made it Inspire by giving it that silver textured wrap around it. It looks very chic. The design is simple, but it leans into Inspire because of the color. It is, it's kind of got that sleek
floral look to it, both on and off. You're getting that really soft glow. This would be incredible in bathroom.
Bathroom, a bedroom,
An entryway.
yeah, anywhere where you just have a small space. I feel like, again, we don't have very many simple, sleek, and chic designs. And so we wanted to bring that to our mini collection as well with this design. I love this warmer. I think it's fun to incorporate light anywhere that we can. We have never done anything with this sort of brass on the edges, and then this milk gloss paneling gives it a very soft light. It just gives a very cozy glow, almost like a light itself.
And the really cool thing about this warmer is that each one of these panels has been hand placed and hand put together. So this is the definition of a handmade warmer. The more that we've looked into kind of that mid-century modern, kind of those 1950s, 1960s decor styles coming back, more people at Scentsy that have seen this warmer. I have not seen the level of excitement around this kind of like cool decor piece, even down to the little.
I was just gonna say,
yeah,
I love the little rounded feet on the bottom. I always prefer that.
You
I think
love
they're just so cute.
It just adds a little, makes it a little bit more elevated and adds more uniqueness to a piece like this.
Definitely.
The specific trend we went after with this one is called modern heritage. We named it heirloom to kind of lean a little bit into that trend that we're seeing on the marketplace. This is my favorite out of the Inspire collection. I put a lot of my warmers in my kitchen, and usually it's next to like a fruit bowl or something, and so I want that kind of simple, but still high-end, still chic look, because my kitchen is pretty much all white. So I love this. This is where I would put it. I love that it just speaks to the simplicity of what Inspire is.
Totally. Minimalism used to be very harsh lines, black and white, some grays. There's a softening within the modern minimal trends. And a lot of that is bringing in antique pieces, warmer tones. So I think we went with a more of a creamy white color for this rather than a stark white. And then this also has a reactive glaze. So you'll see some of those creamier elements coming through from the clay itself with this reactive glaze. And then the, just little antique feels to the warmer itself give it a fun look.
And we talk about reactive glaze a lot. Well, reactive glaze really pulls out kind of the undertones and gives it some depth and gives a warmer some textures.
I personally like warmers that don't have light because I feel like once you turn the warmer on, the light completely changes the look of it.
One of the design trends that we're seeing on the market is how many people have that styled bookcase in their house. It is all about the styled shelves, which I know you have. I have a bookcase and that's styled. And I think that we're trying to give different options of how you can lean into styling that. Some people don't want light in that, and I think that's such a good point. And they just want that simple, clean look, which Heirloom definitely gives.
What do we think, friends? Are we so excited?
I'm so excited. This is, I mean, really, didn't you feel a level of sophistication with that? I mean, I feel a level of sophistication with that line, even the way that that they presented it, even just to us, like that it feels very, I don't know, level up. It feels very level up to me, and I'm very excited for it. I love it. Okay. Other announcements, check your news tab. Nothing, that was a big announcement. World Tour information is going to be coming out soon. A special broadcast for Scentsy Club subscribers is going to occur. And in fact, if you're a club subscriber, you should have gotten the email with a special invitation to join a virtual event on November 20th. So if you're a club subscriber or any of your club subscribers will be getting this email as well. And it's an exclusive invitation to honor club subscriber loyalty. The announcement will be shared with all consultants after the virtual event. Sign up for new Spark sessions. Those are available. Disney Fantasia launched on Monday. Olaf launched on Monday. And World Tour virtual information will be coming out really soon. So, okay, that's what I wanted to say.
That's what Melissa wanted to say. She was done. She's dropping the mic, and that is it. I am looking for dun da da dun, our guest speaker. We're so excited she's here tonight. We have Miss Casolitas with us. You probably saw I post about her. She's a mama. She's a wife. She's a rock star. She's up in Canada. She does all sorts of amazing things. And really, Facebook Marketplace is something that she owns. It's something that she not owns, you know what I mean? But she just does really well at. She is somebody that really shares. She's always like, hey, take my posts, go ahead and take it, make it yours, all of those things. And so we were like, hey, why don't you come on and share with us tonight? Teach us your ways, because I feel like a lot of times people feel they cannot do Facebook Marketplace, and that's 100% not the case. So, Cass, thank you for coming and joining us, and tell us all the things.
Okay, hi guys. All right, so I've been posting so much about Marketplace lately, and I want to tell a little bit of a backstory as to why and how we got here 12 years basically into my journey, essentially. Used to use Marketplace a long time ago when it first started in Kijiji, yes, Kijiji, to advertise, to just say, I'm a Scentsy rep. If you're interested, contact me, order going in Monday. Very just real human posts. Not I'm selling anything, just like kind of introducing that we deliver, we're reps in your area, telling a little bit about us in the post. And I would just do them like once or twice a week. And I was never consistent. And I told myself things like, it's not working, my energy shouldn't be spent there. And I really kind of dropped the ball on it years ago. And about 5-6 years ago, I picked it back up, using it a little bit just here and there. Once I knew people were looking for specific, like Mickey, Minnie, whatever, when we had launched, I knew those would trigger searches. So then my friend joined, and Mother's Day came, and she came to my house. She said, can I borrow some supplies? And I said, sure. She said, I posted about baskets like you said on Marketplace. No, she said, I had told her, if you don't have friends and family that are going to shop up, you've got Marketplace, you can do vendor events, you can whatever. So she goes, I posted on Marketplace and I sold 40 baskets. And I went, what? And she goes, I sold 40 baskets. And I'm like, just dwindling my feet. I'm like, bitch, sorry. I'm like, I sold 4. I'm like, you sold 40? Like, you just joined. And remember, this is 9 years into my business. I've never sold 40 on Marketplace. 4 was like exciting. I'm going to make 4 for Mother's Day, right? So when she shared that with me, I said to her at the time, I said, Kayla, you got to tell me, what are you doing different than what I'm doing? And she was like, I don't know. When we do the posts, I just drop them on Marketplace. And I thought, you're just the same post you're posting on your page, you're dropping them there. And she was like, yeah. I was like, I got to get more consistent. So I know everyone's giving me a lot of the torch on the Marketplace right now, but I have to at least give, to start, that kudos to my friend who made me believe it was possible right now, 3-4 years ago, to do it and to see success. Now, there's 2 things you want to do right away with Marketplace. And I told her the exact same thing. You've got to get these people to your Facebook. You can't just answer them a one and done. You're never going to see them, talk to them again. But I want to first preface with saying it is never going to get easier. If you are doing it right now and you're in the trenches, you're like, I'm getting messages that don't make sense. I'm getting people angry that they won't sell me $5 bars. People are mad I don't have it. They're upset they're shipping. It is not going to get easier, but you are going to get better. And that's what I want to talk to you about. Wording is so important. When I started getting intentional with my Marketplace, I was lucky if I was closing 1 to 2 out of 10 orders. Okay. I would say now it's more like 6, 7. Yeah, I went there. And I thought about it to myself, how did I go from 1 to 2% out of 10 to not double, not triple, like I had it like a 60, 70 to me is a pretty good right grade. And I was looking back going, how did I change the conversation? Now, here's where you're starting. You're getting people that say, is this still available? And you're going, yes. And then they're like, and they're sitting in their house, because you're not leading the dance, right? You have to lead the dance. So you have to be human. I used to just say, yes, it is, or yes. And then I would wait and I wouldn't hear anything. Or they would ask another question. Well, how much? When you have control of this conversation, you have to continue to lead. So now I don't say, yes, it is, or I don't even say yes. I'll just write back and go, oh my God, I'm so glad you found my ad. And right away, I'm their friend. I'm like, I'm so glad you found my ad. I actually don't have this exact pumpkin bundle and I'm just advertising Scentsy. But what I do have, and I immediately show them product. And again, not that you have to have lots of products, just a few bars in front of you. I might just grab 2, 3 bars and I go, but what I do have is this pumpkin bundle and I'll turn it on myself. I've just made a friend and right away, they are connected with me. I had a girl write me back a couple days ago and she said, I have been searching for your ad for a week straight to find you again. She goes, you had messaged me back. I couldn't find it. I sell other things on Marketplace. I was looking. She was older. She didn't know where it was in her messages. And she goes, and then you populated again. She goes, so if you wouldn't have posted again, I never would have found you. And I thought she could just search Scentsy period and find anybody. But in that moment, she said to me, when you wrote me back and you were real and you actually talked to me like a real person would, she goes, it felt different because Marketplace to me feels like you're talking to a wall. Do you notice that? So I immediately add them and I am never shy to tell them how I operate. So I am leading the dance. And you will find long-term customers by being like this and being a real human. So I had read a book once. I never finished books. So let me start by saying that. I read and then I am ADHD and OCD, and then I pick up another book, and then I start reading it, and then they start to merge together. I have no idea what I read it from, but this was the Don't Make It Weird, and you literally don't need to read this book to know the messages. An entrepreneur's guide to being a real human on the internet. And I know that sounds so like, of course we should be real, but honestly, we're not. We're not. I'm very robotic sometimes by inbox. I find myself doing it and I stop and I will voice chat so they can feel my excitement for the product versus me just going, your stuff is in. Now with Marketplace people, they don't know me. So I immediately add them and I let them know. I go, I just added you because oftentimes through Marketplace, it feels like you're just talking to a robot. You get lost in the mix. I want to stay connected because it seems like you're excited about maybe, insert whatever you're talking about. Now, through the LTOs, what you're going to find is the most Cinderella customers you could dream of. And here's where I want you to write this down. Every single collab that we have with Scentsy, you need to post on Marketplace. So 1 to 3 times. So here's how I'm doing it. I don't have a special time to post for Marketplace. If you guys see me put an ad on my wall, that also gets copy and paste to Marketplace, gets copy and paste to my business page, copy and paste to my group, and then I rest, right? If you're doing 3, 4, 5 ads a day, at times you guys see me do a lot of ads because through our group, we're talking about different things. And then someone will say, I have someone asking about this, and I might drop an ad or 2 to help them out. I do them on a copy and paste post also, but because of you guys not being in my group, I like to still put them on my wall so anybody can grab them. What I'm talking about with Cinderella customers are this. If you find someone that buys a Snoopy warmer, what is going to happen? I found someone immediately who wanted the first one. She missed out. When she messaged me back, said, if anything else drops Snoopy, you have to let me know. She did buy the buddy. She bought the bar. I said, sure. I let her know about the Christmas one immediately and to get on immediately or to message me. She was able to get it. She's so excited. And now she's going to be forever on a list of mine that's called Snoopy customers, right? You have to get intentional. Before I had Aaliyah, I had a memory like crazy. I used to just think, oh, girl, you got it. Up here, your sugar customers, no. Melissa Grass actually spoke at a Detroit World Tour, and she gave one of the best tips for me because I like to connect things with my brain because there's too much going on in there already. That's random. And she said, don't just program a customer, program them like Melissa Sugar or, whatever their scent. I believe it was just a scent or maybe something you'd remember the most by. Maybe she said that. Now, most of my customers have funny names in my phone. Customers like Melissa Snoopy and Sarah, Sugar Bars ever come back. She wants a lifetime supply. Like I will put funny stuff shortened to remember that so that I can message and I can say, hey, Sarah, I know you said you want a lifetime supply of sugar. I had to tell you it's back with the club, blah, blah, blah. That's an easy conversation starter. But when you find these Cinderella customers, like when we say Cinderella, you're trying to find the shoe that fits each and you're only going to find that one person. You find people that go nuts for Disney. You find people that go nuts for, what are some of the other ones that just, Gilmore Girls was huge. I'm trying to think where I had, because Shrek was ginormous on there. Harry Potter, thank you. I'm blanking because I didn't write this. Star Wars, whatever it is. I have these people literally begging me in Marketplace. They rate me again. And now this Justin guy, literally a guy, I never even think guys are gonna, I shouldn't think like that, but sometimes I just think guys are just gonna give me the runaround or waste my time but I usually give them a chance. But anyways, he turned into one of the best customers. And he's always messaging me, asking me anything new for Star Wars, anything my girlfriend wants to know, anything new for this. You will find the best customers through using LTOs to your advantage on Marketplace. Take a breath. Sorry. So when I add them, I let them know that I'm adding them. And I always say, I might not have that, but this is an ad. I can order it for you. But what I do have is this. So I almost immediately set the preface that is not a stock item. We're going to talk about that a little later. I know you guys are probably eager to hear about that. You guys always ask me though what to post. And I always say anything. Anything you see on my wall is also going to be posted in Marketplace. And different ads will populate in the algorithms based on how consistent you are. So everything you post to your personal page, I want to challenge you from now till Christmas to also drop it in Marketplace, also drop in your customer group, your business page, wherever you're already advertising. Here's how to do it on Marketplace. You guys keep asking this. And I didn't know that people didn't know how to sell on Marketplace, not for Scentsy. I just mean in general. So I'm going to say this. And if you know, then just go, yeah, we know that. But if you don't, then maybe I'm going to help at least one person. When you click create listing, the very easiest way to do it is to drop your description first. Now, remember, if you're copy and pasting, that's what you're going to have. So you go create listing and you're going to go drop description. When you put the description in there, it's going to help you fill your categories. Because if you say Scentsy wax bars, you're going to automatically go under a category for wax and candles. I know that this has got to be a question for some of you because I get asked, what category are you putting it under? And I'm like, I don't know. And I never know why, but I know it's choosing it for me. So it will choose it. You can't go in there and search candle wax category. It doesn't populate. I've looked a million times. And if it doesn't populate for me, I go back to the title and go Scentsy wax bars. And then it goes candles and wax. And I go delete Snoopy warmer. And then I go, ha ha. And then I post it because I don't know where to find that in there. But if you put something in the title that says Scentsy wax bars or wax fragrance, pretty much anything to do with home decor or fragrance, it will populate one of multiple categories. Candles and oil warmers. It'll populate wax. I think it's wax candles it's called. It will populate that for you. And I think that that's a miss for some people because you go in and you overthink it. You go, I wonder what Cass is titling it. And then you guys message me, you're like, what are you saying? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I go back to my ads and sometimes I screen record to show you guys, but it is my copy and pasted ad from my page for Say Snoopy. I go in, I put description first, I drop it. As soon as I drop it, it puts it in wax and candle. I go price, I don't know the price offhand right now. I don't feel like going to my website 123 because if you do 123, you're still fine with Scentsy. Actually, the Snoopy warmer, oddly enough, I put 123 and it was 123 Canadian, which a customer said, I know you just put 123. How much the warmer? I'm like, the warmer's actually 123. Like it was $123. Funny. But then you just have to add your title and your price if you're going to make the price. I'll go back and forth with my website. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Honestly, pros and cons to both. If it's an expensive warmer, sometimes I don't. I'd rather them inquire and be able to have a real conversation, offer a party, work my magic. If it's something that's a deal or maybe a flash sale that's happening, I may put the price because I know the price will entice. So use your own judgment on that. And then you click post, of course. Now be sure to renew your ads. Some people are only looking once a week or once every other week, or like I was in the past, once every couple months when I would remember Marketplace. Okay. Don't be me. Don't be old me. Anything worth doing is worth doing consistently or don't do it at all. Again, another Melissa Gratz thing I think was done is done. If it wasn't her, I don't know who told me that, but I always credit Melissa Gratz for that. It was a lot of planning to do, but not always doing. And now I say done is done. So every time I upload an ad, I check. As excited as I get, I go, any to renew, any to delete and relist, and I just check them. Because if you start posting on every day, like I hope you will, you're going to be renewing ads on every different day for past days, right? Like whatever's 1 week later on Monday, it's going to be there. And then you're not going to renew your old flash sale ads. You're not going to renew September join promos. But because they've been staying the same, I got smart and I went in, I edited them. And instead of join in September. I went October, and then I went, oh, change it to November. So that was easy. And when you already have, like what Melissa was talking about with the template, when you already have something ready, that's a lot easier to just click a button and be done, right? Because done is done. Now you have to stay consistent or it's not going to pay off. I've asked you guys, how's Marketplace going? And people that are consistent come back to me with, it's been amazing. I got a new recruit. It's been incredible. I sold, one girl told me 4,000 PRV. She's been with Sensi for 14 years. She's never sold that much. If she's on, hopefully she'll comment in the comment section. And she put it in director group and she was like, thank you so much. And the one thing I ask when people aren't doing well with it is, how often are you posting? And they go, well, 2 to 3 times a week. A girl just said to me, 2 to 3 times a week because I don't want to be annoying. And I was like, what are you talking about? Everything goes into Marketplace. You would never be annoying because everybody's ads are everywhere. It's not just you. And if you thought like that, you have to remember, if someone is typing in Snoopy and your ad comes up, that's not annoying at all. You're providing a quality product that they want of something they likely are collecting. You can't probably see it right now. Well, you can see it from here. But I collect my own little things, Baby Yoda and this and that. Chucky is a thing that I love. And now when I'm searching that or someone sends it to me, I'm not annoyed. I'm not like, oh my God, how dare you send me something I'm going to absolutely love. Like, I am thankful, happy. That's great service or friendship, to let me know about things. That is the exact same thing you're doing. You wouldn't not tell your friend about a big sale at the mall because you wouldn't want to annoy them. You're not going to not tell your customer that there's a 29.19 American join right now. You wouldn't not do that. And if you are thinking like that, then that makes absolutely no sense because one, you're here, two, you're learning, you're making friends, you are making money. Why would you not want to share that with your friend? And if you're not and you don't want to, then you're like not really their friend because I want all my friends to do the awesome, fun things I love and enjoy, and especially deals. Now, 2 to 5 posts a day are what I do, and I renew more if it's slow and new ads are going up, or less if I get busy. And I wanted to make a point to say that because you guys keep asking me, how often are you posting, Cass? How often? Yes, I'm posting every day, a few ads a day. Usually my ads that perform the best throughout the day, I'll take them. If it's one that got, 3 likes, I might be like, and then one that got a bunch of engagement and comments or people asking questions or someone excited about it, that's more likely to get reposted to Marketplace. So although I may do it in the moment, copy and paste quick, if I think it's going to be good, I always go back and check what performed well and make sure they're up. When talking to them, I always share a real video or pictures. I like to create trust really early, and I want them to feel like they're just a friend of mine. Almost always, they end up coming over, bringing coffee, and then I get to do my actual real life spiel. Because I always joke that anybody that comes into my office is definitely not leaving a non-consultant. Almost always they are joining, sometimes leaving, or are asking questions about it, or refer me someone and say, well, I might be too busy, but I told my friend about it, and I told my friend about the offer you told me about, and she's interested. Because I always add that in before they leave. I say, this is exactly what I say. You guys can change it to whatever would sound like you. I go around them. So this is one thing, I'm in this, Daniel G, if you guys want to write that name down on Instagram. He has like a little university, but he's amazing. And he says, don't try to sell the person, try to go around them. And by that, it means this. I'll say, if you're not interested in making extra money, I get it, life is busy. But if you know someone who is, I would love if you can refer me to them. By doing that, you take them out the equation. Then they start to sell themselves to you. It's actually brilliant. It's never not worked. And they'll say, oh, well, like, maybe I could do it. And then I'm like, oh, I wasn't sure if you'd be interested. And they're like, well, like, I'm home. I'm not doing, they start selling themselves to me. And I go, well, okay, well, think about it. And, or like, do you have any questions? That opens a conversation that I don't think we realize enough. We're always trying to just recruit the person in the moment, or do you want to join my team? Or I'm looking to build my team. Yeah, that's exactly, you kind of reverse psychology them. And I always leave them with, if you refer me someone that ends up joining, I would love to gift you a fragrance flower. Used to be a fragrance flower, a mini warmer, but now I don't do a mini warmer because they went up like in Canada a couple more bucks. So now I just do a fragrance flower, but they love it. And sometimes they come back to me and they'll say, "Okay, Cass, I have someone that wants to join. She's really excited. I told her about your thing, and here she is." And I'm like, "Great." And then right in that moment, I go, "Are you sure you don't want to join? Because you just recruited your first teammate." And what we call that is a double banger. And through Marketplace, it has been done time and time again by that conversation happening. So don't think just because you don't know them, you can't have that conversation. You absolutely can. We're going to talk a little bit more. I'm sorry I'm going so quick. I just don't want to take too much of the girls' time also. But if you have questions and things to add, please talk in the chat, or ask me in the chat. Okay, now remember, you're leading the dance, okay? You are the closer for a reason. And I always tell them this is how it works. I immediately tell them this. I go, they'll say, "Is this still available?" And I go, "Hi, this pumpkin bundle isn't. This is just an ad that I have on here, but I have loads of pumpkin scents available. If you'd like, you can stop by. I'm located in Amherstburg. We also deliver once a week." And I always break it I tell them exactly the way I work things. Do not be scared to do this. They actually love it. You are taking the guesswork out. They don't have to ask, "When can I get this? How's it going to get to me? I work. I'm too busy. I do want something, but I'm not sure. I don't want to pay shipping." You don't want them to be uncertain in the conversation. So here's what you're going to do. I immediately will say to them, they will ask about the bundle. I will say it's not in stock, and I'll go immediately in. I go, "Okay, but just so you know, we actually place orders once a week, almost every Friday or Sunday night. We deliver every Thursday from 10 to 12. And if you're ever interested in stopping by, just shoot me a message. As long as I'm around that day, I can meet you at the house and I can show you my showroom." I call it that versus an office because an office sounds boring and work-ish. And I'm not going to say my Scentsy stock because I just feel like that just sounds icky still to me, although it's not illegal anymore, but it still sounds icky. I always say my showroom, and they instantly say, "Oh my God, you have a Scentsy showroom?" And they are so excited to book a time to come by. So I don't know why that word works, but it does. Now, I always say that words matter. You guys hear me say that a lot. I've never asked someone, not in the last 10 years, "Do you want to join my team?" I always ask, "Have you ever been interested in making extra money?" Yeah, and that's okay. I don't have a big stash either. I only keep about 3 to 6 of a counter clean, 3 to 6 of a bathroom. And this is 13 years with Scentsy. I couldn't read the rest of your question. I'm sorry. But you don't have to have a big stash. You absolutely don't, because you're still posting for ads. And as long as you use Scentsy yourself, you've got products for them to come check out, smell your testers. You could lay out a cute display, put some cookies with it. Use what you have, do what you can. I am speaking like honestly overall. You do not need. Do you order after they pay you? Well, I do both, but everybody's in different, if you're not okay with having, say, that $40 to go to your stockpile, then absolutely do not do that. But if you're having a conversation with them on Marketplace, just be honest and let them know. This is an ad. I do have about 5, 6 bars on hand, but I place orders weekly. And if you'd like this, I can order this for you. Here's the total. I'm going to add you to Facebook. You can, check me out. Maybe you want to let me know by Friday, whatever. I never try to get them to pay immediately, because the conversation itself is going to become scary to them the minute you go, "Okay, total's $52. Here's my email. Please pay me now." Like, because that's what that feels like, right? And we're all guilty of doing it, but when you're a real human, things will change. And I don't know, I'm going to say that a lot more. I'm sorry. You will close more deals by being a real human. Now, I always say, let them shop once before you plant the seed. The second time they shop, I plant the seed. Right now, if you guys aren't recruiting, all of us aren't recruiting, it's because of this one thing. We either try to recruit them too soon, which means their first time they purchase, they don't know you and you immediately go in because you get excited, or you wait too long. If you have a customer that's been with you for 6 months or longer, kiss them goodbye. They are your customer forever, ever, ever. And if you're giving customer service like Melissa Gratz's, their grandkids are going to be Melissa Gratz's children, grandchildren, God willing, customers, right? We have to say God willing in my culture after that. So anyways, what I'm saying is this: when you let them shop the first time, you build they get to know you. And if you're a real human, they're going to feel like they knew you forever already. They're going to be like your best friend. They're going to be telling you about, my customers love to give me fragrance description updates. They write me, "Cass, can you use this picture?" They love to help me. And I think it's because I become such good friends with them. Now, the second time they go to shop, though, I immediately go in. And I'm going to explain why this is so important. And I know this isn't marketplace, but I mean, we can always take recruiting. Even myself, when I say things, I go, you don't do that no more. Why don't you do that? Why don't you say that? So it helps me also. Um, it always helps when we give more than we take, right? Do you carry samples with you? No, I'm a crappy consultant like that. No, I don't. But what I do is I say, do you have Facebook? I don't have anything with me, but let me add you. And I'm going to get you a goodie bag immediately to your door. I'm so sorry. And I always joke, I go like, oh my God, I'm like the worst. I should have been having it with me. And they always laugh and it's cool. I get them on Facebook. It keeps me from having things melted or lost and I always carry a small swing pack. So it would be like extra added work. But being a real human is like the best answer because they love it. They right away are like, perfect. Okay, sure. Here I am. And I go, okay, cool. And you know what? I'll message you and I'll get your address and I'll get you something ASAP out. And not right now because Canada Post is on strike, but normally, yes. So the second time they go to shop, I plant the seed. And I always say this, oh my God, Sarah's my fake girl for my team. If any of you are on here, they know. Oh my God, Sarah, are you sure you want to place this order? Because so your last order, I didn't say anything yet because I don't really know you, but like you would have made like $16. And now with this order, altogether between the two, you would have made like $50. And I can't let you go a third order before telling you this because if you love Scentsy this much, why wouldn't you get it for free and half price and just have a members account? You don't have to sell if you don't want. Just have a members account. You just need to get a party. I don't even say party order. I'm sorry. I always say you just need to get active once a year to get yourself another free year renewed. That's exactly how I pitch it to them. And then I go into logistics, of course. I still explain, if you make over 500, la-di-da-di. But off the hop, I always sell it like a member's account. Now, remember, again, I'm going to say it's not going to get easier, but you're going to get better. And in the conversations, I'll tell you, 13 years ago, I wasn't good. I didn't know what I was saying. I would smell scents and say I didn't like it. I was like, I mean, you could still do that, but I would be like, oh my God, this is like, who would warm this? And I would be like, maybe just talk about the ones you do like instead of being like, and the years go on and it gets easier, right? So I always say, by leading the dance, I do this. I will say, here's how it works. We deliver every Thursday, 10 to 12. If you want to pick up something or you ever want to stop by, check out my showroom, let me know. Now, of course, I'm going to add a disclaimer, be safe. If you live on your own and you're in the USA somewhere where maybe that's not safe to do, I don't say USA, I don't know all the areas. But if you're in an area where that wouldn't be safe to meet someone through these channels, don't, of course, have anybody come to your house alone. Do the husband spouse trick where you get them to go to the door to meet the other husband or meet at what do you guys don't have Tim Hortons? What is it? Starbucks or whatever. Caribou. I don't know. You guys have all the cool ones. Dutch Brothers. I'm trying to think. Dunkin'. We just got Tim Hortons, but no, we have Starbucks. Sorry. Also, we got two. Okay. So meet at a location, sit down with them, joke, talk, just be comfortable with that person because you are going to become, and my customer the other day came, you're not even going to believe it. She spent 600 and something, 211 and 416 because she paid me twice because she couldn't stop shopping. And you know what she said to me? She said, this is the best shopping experience I've ever had. And I was like, oh my God, really? And she was like, you've explained everything perfectly. As soon as they come in, I go, okay, come on in. I go, and they go, oh my God, it's a lot to look at because I have it displayed. I'll walk you around in a minute since it's not illegal anymore. And I have it displayed nice. And right away, people will say, oh my God, oh, this is so good. I don't even know where to begin. And I go, here, I'm going to explain it. And I go, these are buddies. They're for the kids. They sleep with them. We can put fragrance in them. They're so cute. You can use them without. Here's buddy clips. And then I go through everything. Here's our clean line. Oh my God, the counter clean. I do not shut up about this online. And the Swipes Obsessed, my two favorite products. I immediately sell them on what I love, right? And then I go through everything and then I let them look and then I help them shop. What are you looking for? What age? What are they into? Stuff like this. Now, when you meet people through Marketplace, you could easily just say, I can order that for you. Okay, total's $48. Here's my email. Like, that anybody can do that, right? And you're not special by doing that. Yeah, the swipes blew me away multiple times. My toaster oven, the rest I thought was there for the rest of his life, completely gone. Sharpie marker highlighter on a blanket for my son. The swipe, I did a video like, please come off so I can use this video. Please, please, please. My husband literally looked at me, he goes, what are you going to do if it doesn't work? I go, I'm not going to post the video. Like, I hate you. Like, he really was like concerned for me. He's like, oh, I was thinking like you were on live. I'm like, no, I'm going to make sure it works. But it did. And then I got to post that video. So the swipes are incredible. You can sell them by the buckloads if you use them and love them. And the counter clean is incredible. Obviously, we know this. And when I'm talking to people through Marketplace and they ask about clean products, I immediately go in for Scentsy. I'm like, oh my God, I know the clean brush, they're to die for. And I start telling them about what I've used things for. Okay. If you guys have questions along the way, I'm sorry I'm going so fast. Please drop them. It's definitely because I started the call super nervous. Then everyone started talking and I was like, oh, this is better than I expected. It's just like my own team live and like I could breathe again. And then they were like, and now 2 hours. And I was like, oh God, I'm going to die again. So I think that was what happens and why I've been blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you guys are chill. So perfect for that because I was nervous. I was like, there's 27,000 people in this group. My son's like, not all 27,000 are going to be online. I was like, my brain keeps telling me there's potential of 27,000 people being on this live. And my son goes, Mom, that's not how it works. There's probably going to be like 40 people on it. And I was like, that's what I needed to hear. So I needed to hear. So sorry that I'm talking so fast. And remember, if they do not buy immediately, don't get bumped. Just by adding them, they're going to see your posts and then they're going to start to trust you. And then they're going to like you. And then they're going to want to support you, hopefully. If you're funny and you're really of value, you're sharing things that you love, they can't not, right? I always say game over, game over. So I love to get them on Facebook and remember their names by writing them on a paper most of the time. If they were someone in Marketplace that I didn't necessarily close because it becomes a challenge for me to get an order and turn them into a customer. So I write it on like janky pieces of paper like this. It's nothing fancy. And I usually just put a line or I'll put a check mark. If I get them to buy once, I usually will put a line through their name and I immediately invite them to my customer group. And then if I've had a recruiting conversation with them, I'll put a check mark. It's not that cool, I know, but it's what works for me. I'm a paper and pen person. Everything, every training, everything is handwritten. It's just my 90-year-old inner person who I am. So when they start to learn to trust you and you've got this list, and what are you going to do to get them to trust you? You're going to like, you're going to comment, you're going to engage. Maybe you tag them. Maybe they asked about Shrek. Maybe Shrek's now leaving. Maybe you go, hey, Sierra, actually Sierra bought. I should have used a different name. But anyway, Sierra ended up buying right through my website. It was an easy close, easiest close. She was excited. She thanked me a million times for my ad. She was a huge Shrek lover, couldn't talk about it enough to me. Her boyfriend was excited. She showed me a picture of it when she got it. She was like a great sale. So I shouldn't have used her name. But anyway, say when the other ones that didn't end up buying it. Now it's leaving. I'm absolutely going to make sure I send that message to say Sierra. Hey, Sierra, wanted to let you know it's actually leaving in 2 weeks. If you had interest in it, I don't know, it's $19 American, 29 Canadian. Maybe you want to join and save 20% off it immediately. And that's an easy conversation you can go into with recruiting. Now, remember, every time someone is trying to buy from me, I'm trying to get them to join. The first time they get a free pass, they're allowed to buy once, only once. And funny enough, I have a little quick story. So I had a girl come and buy from me, and I knew nothing other than she was just coming off Marketplace to buy from me. She came to my house. She bought from me when she was leaving. She told me she was going on mat leave soon, and she wasn't sure she was going to still be able to do hair. And I said, of course, I'm not going to ignore my first interaction or not, I go in. I go, well, if you do love Scentsy, you've ever considered joining, you should consider because you can make extra money from home, get your stuff for cheaper, blah, blah, blah. She ends up joining. My friend says to me, are you kidding me? You just welcomed that girl into the group. I said, yeah, why? She goes, she was just at my house to buy a couple days ago. I said, oh my God, really? And she goes, yeah. And she goes, and I didn't mention joining to her because you told me to wait till the second interaction. And I was like, well, you snooze, you lose. This time, for me, even though I normally wouldn't go in the first time, and I'm not saying it to be like, I got her, my friend didn't. What I'm saying is, if you don't ask, someone else is going to, right? So one time they get a free pass, and I try to get them as close to me as possible. I joke about a pocket. If anybody's on here has heard me tell this story, my favorite people I love go in my pocket. Anyone I really like, I try to put in my pocket, my main jean pocket, even though I don't wear jeans. And all my close friends and closer besties are in your little pocket, you know? And my favorite people, I want them to go in my pocket. So if I meet a customer I love, we hit it off immediately. I want that girl as deep into that pocket as possible because I'm going to eventually bring out my pocket people, right? And I know that sounds so silly to say, but I love to collect people. And if I meet customers that I love as well, they become collected as well, but they can feel this because they can feel that you are a match, right? And I say this because you guys, not you guys, probably definitely not any of you guys, I don't know, but people that get hung up on not getting customers really are too focused on just trying to find someone to make them money versus finding someone that they connect with. Does that make sense? Like, most of my customers are the same type of joking personality as me. They're the same. They show up for me the way I do for them. Like, not all your customers are going to connect. And that's where sometimes you have to break up with customers. If maybe they're expecting different things from you, or maybe things you can't do, maybe you can't offer delivery or whatever it might be, let them put them back in the pool. Someone else that maybe will be more in tune with what they need can provide them that service, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all just not just, but we're all affiliates for one company. We are all trying to provide them with the same amazing service. So when this happens, guess what's going to happen? They're going to refer you. The people that love you are going to be your best customers, but they're going to be your even better referrals. I get referrals steady. I love it. They're always trying to introduce me to people. I have few customers that do not link me. I have so many customers that I sell to them, their mom, their sister, their neighbor, the mailman's wife who saw the box come when I dropped off or whatever. Not me, Allie delivers. But I mean, this is how they refer you, right? And when you connect with a customer at a level that is unseen and you are their person, they are not going anywhere else. So first interaction has to be strong, has to be amazing, has to be over the top so that they will put you in their pocket, okay? And your second interaction is going to automatically going to be to go into join. Because if you plant the seed early enough, you get to keep watering it. If you wait too long, you're never going to get them. They're going to go, no, I love you. We've all heard that. No, I'm not leaving you. Oh my God, I like being your customer. So you don't want to wait too long. Even with Marketplace. So you guys are going, Cass, what are these dream ads that are working for recruiting? It's not what you think. It's not join ads. It's just Scentsy ads. It's the human behind it that then has the conversation, right? So you guys keep going. Can you copy and paste the best ad you're doing? Can you show us what the description of the ad is? I'm like, it's never going to be the ad because the ad itself would have to be the most phenomenal ad. I guess I've never used that word in my life. That someone is going to see. That doesn't exist. But you know where the magic is? It's right here. How excited are you for your company? Because here's what I'll tell you. 13 years ago, there was 3 times the amount of consultants as there is right now. 3 times the amount. So think about people in the company right now that have thousands of people under them, and they joined with 3 times the amount of consultants and were able to build what they were able to build. What could you build now? With 1/3 the consultants, a bunch of people that can reinstate for free or come back brand new. But not you, just the person that I'm speaking to, whoever this might be. It might not be you. Because people go, no, I don't feel like that. I'm like, good. If I'm not speaking to you, perfect. That's great. You're here. So it's probably not you. But people will say things like, I don't want to bother people. I don't think they want to. They're my best customer. I'll tell you about a couple of my best customers that used to spend $40 to $200 a month. Their teams bring me in now 40,000 to 200,000 in GWV a month. Would I have rathered a $40 customer or a $40,000 group volume, right? Is that 6-7 again? Like, you got to weigh out your options, and you may lose a little now by recruiting that amazing customer that's got that big club. And I'm trying so hard not to swear. I swear not a lot, but I swear at least more than I've been really good. I almost just said the A word. Okay. Because we be swearing in our group. We don't care. We're just whatever. So, anyways, when they make sure here's something that's very important. I'm sorry, you guys are probably so tired. I had to have a coffee like 2 hours ago to be like, okay, perfect. Okay, good. Swearing so loud. Perfect. Because I've been wanting to say some stuff that would have been funnier had it had a little insert. Okay. So me and I'm on shift sometimes, but I'm not catching all of it at times. And my son is constantly talking. If you can't hear him, he's always talking. I wonder where he gets it from. Now you have to make sure they purchase through you. Okay. This is very important. You guys have messaged me things like, and I'm in Canada, so I don't know because we don't get cool features and they can't pay me through Facebook. I don't know what that is. And you guys keep saying, Cass, it tells them they have to pay shipping. Cass, they're paying through like a third party, whatever. What is this? And I'm like, what are you doing on Marketplace? Like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about until I found out because she sent me a screenshot that on the USA side of Facebook Marketplace, it allows you to pay through Facebook. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? When you sell things on Marketplace, that's a thing, okay? So you guys were not complaining, but you were like, you didn't tell us about this, and what do we do? And like, we don't get it. And I'm so glad that this shift became a thing, even though I was petrified to say yes, but I like love these girls and this channel so much that I was like, you absolutely cannot say no. Petrified to say yes, cannot not give value. If value is asked of you, just die on there and do it. So all my girls been writing me all day, like, you be fine, you be fine. But the reason why I wanted to do it is because I did my own little videos and they're not as good as this and it's more in depth. So when people ask me, oh, Marketplace, I'm going to go like, go check this out. If you've got long enough to watch this, here's a short, but if you want more, here it is. Because I'm a short, I just want the condensed version of everything. Some people like it very lengthy and they want to understand completely. So I get both. Now, they have to purchase through you to stay compliant. Okay. This is important. You are now selling on an e-commerce like eBay or, I don't know. You guys have all sorts of them. I see because my girls have gotten in trouble in the past for selling them. They're American. What are they called? Oh my God, Poshmark. I don't know, but I've seen them in the copied on compliance email. I don't think we have any of that in Canada, but maybe eBay, and I don't even know how to use it. Oh, Mercari, there's another one. You can't sell on e-commerce, and if you collect payment through Facebook, you're going to be considered selling e-commerce, and you will still be out of compliance to do that. Okay, so let's just be clear on that. And now I want to chat about the new changes. I know you guys are dying to know, so we're gonna go here a little bit. I'm not going too deep, but I'm gonna go a little. Because I know you guys are dying to know, and you guys have asked me lots of questions. Cass, we know you're not allowed to sell stock. And I'm like, I've never sold stock on it ever because that's illegal, but now it's not. Okay. So I haven't done it yet, but I want to talk about it because I have a little bit of education now on it that I got from Chuck, Thea, Carla, a million other leaders, and most of home office that is still trying to map everything out themselves because rules like this are hard when you're making them for, how many of us that there is. Now, right now, what we know for selling stock online is you can say something like this. This is out of stock online, but if you've wanted one, ask me or ask me what I may have on hand or whatever. You're seeing some of these posts, right? You're starting to see them, right? Is everyone starting to see them? I'm too scared to do them. I'm not scared of Sensi or compliance. I'm more scared that the post itself is going to have 76 comments of people going, Cass, what are you doing? This is out of compliance. Cass, this is OC. And I'm going to go to sleep or God forbid, go offline for an hour. And then I'm going to come back to everybody yelling at me. And like, I'm just not ready for that. So I thought if I like educated a little bit on it and talked about it and got excited about it, then if it eased, then maybe. But I still think I'm going to keep it to my customer group only. Do you guys do that? You have customer groups now, you know that stock's allowed. Doesn't it seem easier to just tell your own customers, here's this and that and not? So I'm going to stick to that for now because my Facebook is Sensi CNN, I say. And I say CNN because CNN to me is not a real news channel. So I'm joking, making fun of my own page. That is to me, since the CNN period is you get half the truth and half whatever they want to tell you. And I feel like my page sometimes can be like that. People say one thing and someone shares something else, and someone's like, no, that is still, oh, we came back. And I'm just like, stop giving people fake news through my page because what ends up happening is you guys are reading it all, right? And then you go back and then I might have an ad too. And all of a sudden it's gone, You guys are sharing Timu links and like it's all out of control. And I'm okay with that because my customers are like, cool, Cass is helping people. You know, that's why we love her. So that's not a big deal. But if it becomes compliant problems, then I don't want to look dumb to my own people, right? And I don't want Scentsy as a whole to look silly if people are policing. So I want you guys to know this. Everything we knew before about selling stock online, just try to forget it. Me and Carla couldn't say it out loud. I said, girl, I don't think I can go live to my team and go, you can now sell stock. Like my kids used to know not to say in the background we had stock. My daughter would do a live and she would go, Mommy, I'm going to tell you have all this stock. And I'm like, no, that's illegal. You can't say it. And she was like 4 and she knew. So she would do a lot of videos for, you know, our groups back in the day and she would give compliance rules and she knew. So even when I say it now, it still feels illegal. So what I say is this, nothing has changed for you guys. Post your cute pictures, do your cute basket, share a picture of it with your cute face, talk about what you have to offer, let them know, oh my God, look how adorable this teacher gift is. Now I'm going to walk you guys around so you can see some, but like, look how adorable this teacher gift is. If you're interested in these, let me know. It's X amount. And if you buy 6, you're going to save 10%. You don't have to say, I've got 12 on hand. Don't, because right now the wording is a little fussy. And if you start to say it and you say it wrong, because you know Scentsy going to want it a certain way, it's going to raise you problems you don't really want to deal with, but you can still say it the exact same way. And guess what? If you have stock to fill it when they order them, walk into your office. No one's going to go, "Oh, she's filling it with stock." Like no one knows that. So nothing has changed there. And to keep you guys compliant, but also so fair, because now think if you've got a lot of big leaders on your team that, like the one girl said, I don't have a lot of stock. We don't want people that do big events to start selling $40,000-$50,000 of stock across Facebook, right? It's going to get messy. So we're encouraging, talk about one item. I mean, not we're, Scentsy, but also now us, because I'm trying to learn it, wrap my head around it. We're trying to encourage, just share one thing at a time anyways. It's better. It sparks a conversation. Someone's going to message you. Maybe you talk about a warmer you love. Maybe you know you have 1 or 2 you need to clear out or whatever. Maybe you bought some on flash sale, whatever. Maybe you don't have stock at all and none of this is going to apply to you. And that's okay also. I'm just sharing it so that maybe one day you do. Now, hold on. I just want to walk around. I know it's not marketplace specific, but I just want to show you guys. You guys have probably seen some done up. Hold on. I'm trying to go close if I can. Hold on. I'm going to flip the thing around. I might be able to maneuver it better. Okay. So before, we could only add 10% of the value, right? And it had to be, say this totaled $50, you could add $5 in extra stuff and you could post it to be compliant. Now, because you can charge whatever you want, I'm not saying charge more, but you can, you're going to simply be charging more theoretically for the Scentsy product and not for the extras. I'm never going to do that. I'm just going to charge for Scentsy right off my extras like I've always done it. But you can. Now, I'm only just showing you different ideas because doesn't this look a lot cuter than in one of these stupid boxes over here? And doesn't this look a lot cuter to a customer? So here's what I do. Every Thursday when I say your order's in, delivery's 10 to 12, let me know if you'd like to see the showroom video and the basket's ready to go. Everybody says yes. And I walk around like this. I go, oh my God, this cute one, it's 55. Okay, this one's a wall fan and it's got extra pods. That alone would be so much. I sell them on each thing. Every single Thursday when my husband does deliveries, I have already upsold about $100 to $200 at minimum. And I don't know if I could say minimum. Sometimes it's less, but like on average, in extras that I'm adding to their baskets. And I'm certain it's because it looks like this and like this than looking like this, right? Like it just makes all the difference. Like people come in, they're like, oh my God, I need that bar pack. Like, oh, the gingerbread's so cute. People are like, oh my God, what is this one? That's a cute teacher gift. Like, oh, these little, oh my God, okay, you know, I'll take 6 of these because these will be perfect to add with whatever. You are trying to solve a problem for them, right? At the end of the day, hold on, I don't know if there's more here to show. But again, I'm just going to show you. I only have just a handful of buddies out for baskets. I'll have very minimal. There's 2 bathroom cleaners right now, 2 counter clean. Like I'm completely out of swipes. Like I don't carry just enough for people to look, touch, pick it up, feel it. Maybe some stuff goes on sale, room sprays. What do I have? 8. Like I don't overstock. I know I can refill, right? So don't get in a means of what do you call it? Stockpiling or in like here's from here. This is my opposite side. This is my showroom. Now, not everything is sales. Some is just displays and stuff. And then down there is customer orders. Jody, it seems a mess to me. I have OCD. If you guys didn't notice that by the way everything's so annoying, but and it's bad, like buddies can't be like on tilt or nothing can't be. It has to be perfectly lined up, or I go mental. So here's what I'm gonna say: we have a great product that people love, are going crazy over. It's selling out again. We are in the fall era now, whatever season, and you get to make your stuff cute. It's a dollar store. Hit it up, Temu, hit it up, get some extras, do it cute. I promise you, if you took one flower, made it, or steal mine, I don't care. But if you took one flower, made it cute. Now, let me do both ways. If you have stock, absolutely take a flower, do it yourself. So you could take a cute pic with your face too. And a real pic, someone sees it's your table, feels more believable. If you don't have stock, come to my page anytime, steal the fragrance flower, bag, pics, the boxes, whatever it might be, and then go and post it. If you post it and you collect, you post my one picture, and so one girl says, I'll take 3, another girl 6. One of my girls said one person took 12 from her immediately. Immediately, I need 12 of these perfect Christmas present. I want them for my staff. Like this. That's one picture, maybe 5 minutes of your time. And if you set up a table and you say, I'm going to do one fragrance flower since I have it, I'm going to do one mini warmer in a bar. I always try to do one of each day, one mini fan. When people come in, if any of my stuff sells that doesn't have a duplicate showing, I will immediately remake another one because that's what's selling my products when customers come by. It's not white boxes with black and white pictures. It's absolutely not. So, Valentine's, I don't know what are all of them right now, but Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, summer cute teacher gifts and then summer gift, birthdays, Easter, happy birthday. I do grad gifts, baby shower. I have all those on hand right now. I have a bridal gift over there. That's a mock just to show. I have a baby shower one that was hidden back there. That's a mock just to show. This is what it could look like. You tell me 50, 75, $100. What would you like? You can do, when we the poo and all that comes back, so cute with the diaper. Yeah, it's endless for you guys now, and you guys know it. But you know what's stopping you, and not you because you're on this call, but people that are not on the call, is that realtor. Yes, thank you. How did I miss that realtor? Absolutely. Is that you guys are getting lazy about it, right? During COVID, we could just post and we sold shit off the chain. It was like, oh my God, give me this. I need this. I'm home. My house stinks. I need so much stuff. Oh my God. Customers were shopping and we all got used to it and it got easy. But you know what? The last 2 years got hard and everybody started checking out. And I kept telling you guys, my team, whoever would listen to me, dig in. The deeper you dig, you're going to slingshot. And these last 2 years, I could have got another job. I could have joined another direct sales company. Mark safe from that. But no, I didn't want to. I love my company. I know I'm holding the winning hand. Think about all the companies out there. I'm not trying to talk crap, but what are they? A lot of them are selling weight loss and supplements, and most of them are selling the same. And again, I'll credit Kayla for this saying. She said, Cass, I would never have joined an MLM or a direct sales business. She said, but Scentsy is the Nike of the direct sales world. And I said, bitch, that is a quote right now. Make a postcard for me because I don't know how to do it. And we are going to say that forever. Scentsy is the Nike of the direct sales world. And for anybody that bounced out or went to whatever, I don't care because we're not focused on them. We're focused on those that are in. And I wish everyone the best. That's okay. Times change, whatever. But me, my hand, I know what's in my hands. Okay. The last thing I wanted to mention. Oh, I pulled it up here actually. I mean, last, whatever. I'll talk all night if you guys want me to. You should see our team lives be going over an hour and steady. Just saying, no, I'm getting tired. My throat's getting sore. I talked about this with you guys a long time ago. If you guys don't know what this is, ask me after, okay? And I can give it to you. And how my business changed when I started operating from a 10 income stream type of way. And let me just explain what I mean. So 2.5 years ago, I started noticing my business was a little bit declining. And all of a sudden, those big pays that I was, had worked so hard for, I was thinking they're not here now. And I am making X amount less, which meant instead of like, I went, if I'm not making enough money in my business, would you say my business needs more of my time or do you think it would need less? Right. So if I went and got another job or I went and did something else, that would be less time my business would see. And that was not happening. And then I said, what am I doing? There's 10 income streams right in my business. Why am I not working them? And they are. And you can write them down. Giftables, which I just talked to you about. Giftables is a huge part of my business. And ever since it became a part of my business, my sales have not like I'm not like a 10,000 PRV or anything. I'm probably in like a 3,000 to maybe 7,000 window monthly, but I don't do any parties. I don't do any events and I solely rely on these. So we're going to talk about them. Giftables is one. Events would be your second, but I live in a very small town. So I stopped doing events years ago because I didn't want to take from my girls. Because again, very small town, and it would have been 22,000 and it would have been like, oh, my leader has that event. Oh, I can't even get events cast out. Like there's not a lot of events. So if you live in a bigger town, you do events, okay? Realtors. And when I started working with this pie, I noticed at that time I was only working with 2 realtors that month. I say I need to fill my pie or my blocking system and add some more realtors. And then all of a sudden I was working with 6 realtors. Now I put that on the back burner again, so I'm going to have to revisit this block. Next is parties, of course. That could be online, home, maybe a unique link if people don't want any of it. Fundraisers. I don't think people add this as an income stream, but I'm going to tell you why I do. Because every single thing you label is going to be out there in the universe with your name on it. And there's no way that's not going to make you more money someday. It absolutely will. You give back to your community, you support a good cause, you're going to get customers for life, especially if you give customer service that's going to have them coming back. Scentsy Club's another one. When this block was here, I went, oh my God, Betch, you only got 5 clubbers. Thank you for giving me permission to swear. I feel so much better now. I went, you only have 5 clubbers? Like, what? You've been in this company for how long? Club's been a thing for how long? And I just convinced myself none of my customers wanted club because that was easier than telling myself that I sucked at trying to recruit people to club. And that was the actual truth. And I went, I'm not going to suck forever. I'm going to go follow Lisa Rowberry and I'm going to watch her videos because just like my saying goes, if that bitch could do it, so could I. And 1 year later, I had 50 clubbers. I went from 5 to 50 in 1 year. And again, I'm likely sure that is not some sort of cool record, but it was really cool to me because I intentionally dug on that. And now I have 70 clubbers and I'm trying to get to 100 before the year's over. Little bit of wishful thinking, but with this promo, I think it's going to really help. Now, it was all because of my blocking system that everything changed. I used to always push all the way April to the beginning of May to get my annual sales. I was 3,000 away at the beginning of the month. I was always like, oh my God, I'm 3,000 away. I'll tell you now, I am getting annual sales 3 to 4 months early, which is ginormous growth for me after 10 years of never seeing growth like that. And although I'm not making the top list of when Scentsy puts them out, I think if I keep at what I'm doing, I'm eventually going to see that that was a percentage growth, not just like in my mind, like it happened, like it was something that continued, right? Residually. And that's more important than like anything, like a one and done. So whiff box was my next. Every month I want to sell 10 whiff boxes. That's the goal. It's got to be done. Of course, online sales are one of your blocks. Join opportunity are another one of your blocks. Again, not elaborating because we just elaborate on the online sales. You guys see what I do on Facebook and then now Marketplace. That is the online sales and of course online parties. Joint opportunity, of course, that's an income stream because sure, lose a little now, gain so much later. You never know that your customer that joined doesn't have a cousin in the UK that ends up being your next, second gen director. So get it out of your head that you don't want to lose a customer because that is the silliest thing in the world. Marketplace has so many of them, so many that sometimes I have to stop posting because they can't wait to find you. They're like, oh my God, my girl quit. Oh, my girl sells some other company now. Oh my God, my girl sells makeup now. I don't even wear makeup. And I'm like, okay, got you, girl. Like, don't worry, I got you. Like, come on in, get in my pocket. And then I got a new customer. There are so many displaced customers on Marketplace, you guys. I promise you they're there. But if you're posting one and done, once ever, nothing comes of it, so you don't stay in the trenches, then that's the problem. Because if you convince yourself it's not going to work, like I did with the club thing, it didn't work because I convinced myself. You're never going to outperform your own thoughts and your own brain. So it's going to be up to you guys. That's that 10 income streams. I hope you guys wrote it down. If you want this, just message me out, or I can give it to Callie in here and she could drop it for you guys. There's a training on that also, but I a little bit went over it. Me and Ashton did create a boards for it too. I don't know. I don't know about this fancy stuff, but I know if I click this link, I can see it. She put it all in there, all nice and neat. So if you guys want that too, her and a few other leaders contribute to fundraising and everything else. So it was really good. And I'll tell you, for 10 years in this company, my business went like this. And all of a sudden, when I started getting intentional on what I was doing, my business started seeing an increase. And I think the highest was like 33% for the year, personally, not over my whole group. That'd be incredible. Not that big. Just personally, my own PRV and everything I was doing with these categories was just growing. I was like, oh, now I have more class. I was like, I would tell my husband, oh my God, I already have 1,200 PRV this month. I haven't even placed an order. He's like, wow, that many clubbers. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like where, and then I have to go to my order history and I'm like, okay, screenshot, write them a nice look, you put together fun mail, give them some samples. And then Canada Post goes on strike all time. So then we can't mail them because, but then we finally mail them and they love it. So anyways, I'm sorry I was talking so quick. I hope I gave you guys some good stuff. We've got an amazing month and a half ahead of us. It's going to be whatever you make it. If you guys want to come follow me, steal any of my posts, anything you want, take it. Do not ask. Please don't ask, because so many will ask. And then the post is just consultants asking. No, just take anything you want. I always joke you can have anything that's on my page except for my husband. Some days you could take him, but for the most part, that's the only thing that's not for the taking. And don't be shy with anything that you want. Just remember, I'm in Canada, so stop. Sometimes people give me shit. My pricing's wrong. I'm like, I'm Canadian. They're like, oh, and I don't know. And you guys are confused. We have a different Thanksgiving. No, Christmas is the same day. Yes, an American asked me that. Jesus's birthday did not change for a Canadian, but Thanksgiving's different. I do not know the reason for it, but I know you guys always, it kills at least 3 people every year when I post it's Thanksgiving. And they're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, okay, but my turkey is in the oven, so I'm pretty sure it is. I'm just kidding. Anyways, it was great being on. I love a lot of you. I know a lot of you personally, so I'm happy I was able to give back to this amazing, incredible community that they have created for you guys. My team gets the Thursday morning Team Thursday, and then they get this group at night. So I think, there's no coincidence here, but I think they are getting the best training that there is out there right now. And so if you guys are on shift, you're lucky that you've been here for however long it's been, because I have been in a lot of these groups and it's definitely not built like this one is. You guys got the best of the best popping up, 4, 5, 6 of them, plus guest speakers. Like, you guys owe them huge. So thank you for having me.
No, we owe you huge, because I think you get the record for the most information packed into the shortest amount of time with barely taking a breath. Like,
that was fast.
But seriously though, the amount of people that
look what I brought in case.
The amount of people that dropped in the
on.
chat, how much information that you gave them, how many aha moments that you gave them, you make it look very duplicatable and very simple. And one of the things that we love about you most is you really are, you're all for the Scentsy community. You're all for cheering for everybody. You set a very excellent example of giving more than you take. That's obvious with you saying, come take my post. Don't even ask me, just take it, come follow, come share, come take. Like, you give more than you take. You don't gatekeep whatsoever. You're very willing to share. And on behalf of all of the Shift community and panelists, we thank you so much for who you are, what you bring, and for sharing with us tonight.
Welcome. It was amazing. If you guys need anything, you have questions after, please, it's okay. But I don't become people's sponsor. I will route you back to where you go, but I will always cheer. I want to hear the wins. If there's things on Marketplace that have worked, please share. This is Scentsy. We want Scentsy to be here for years and years to come, and we've got work to do, but I have never been scared of hard work. So let's all just dig together so that we can have the last laugh after, a couple good years of some super growth from everything. I think we are stronger now than we've ever been. We had some healthy pruning in the company. Honestly, I say healthy because you got to be in the companies you want to be in. And it's healthy sometimes to lose because then you realize what you have. And a lot of you guys are Scentsy avatars. I know that sounds so funny to say out loud. I said to Christina Stanbrook when we had a little, live, I jumped on with her, cheer up one day. And I said, girl, you are a Scentsy avatar. And you know why I think sometimes it hurts when people leave is because I also thought they were a Scentsy avatar. So it's like you feel rejected, right? And it's not a good feeling because you're like, what do you mean over there is better? You didn't even appreciate what you had here. Like, I couldn't give this up for anything. I'm not putting on makeup and getting all fancy every day when I could be in PJs, just loving on all these amazing people. I can't even fathom what that would feel like to go anywhere.
Thank you for loving on us, Cass. We really, seriously, Melissa
Yeah.
said, appreciate it so
Seriously.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone
I'll
does.
say one more thing. I know we're 20 minutes over, but
Oh.
we forgot to tell you guys that we started something new tonight and I posted twice. There is a link. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to drop it one more time right now for you guys for some happy mail. And I can't wait to get the responses because it's tell me something you learned from this call and how you're going to use it in your business. I better have
You're gonna have so many things.
So many things.
Yeah.
That's so fun. What a smart idea. Then
Yeah,
you've
we
got
can
all the ahas
just-
to use.
Just did it tonight. So
Thank you so much, you
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thanks for
And
shifting with
Thank you for
us.
hanging out with us tonight, guys.
Yay! Going to make my first post on Marketplace.
Get it,
Yay.
Denise.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, go Denise,
Bye.
go. Bye,
Have a good night,
guys.
everyone.
Thanks, Cass.